Yeah. Ballin', living, stuntin', getting money, get the money, flex on bitches, stun on niggas, we be living, call it living, we be living.
What's up, everybody? It's Trent B-Face Small here. Thank you for watching. I'm with local artist Duke of Dab. What's up, bro? Thanks for coming through.
Appreciate the invite.
Glad to have you over here. You know what I mean? I'm still new to this, but so just bear with me on my question.
That's cool, man. I appreciate the invite.
I'm trying to make it comfortable though. So
yeah.
But no, I'll go ahead and start it off. What got you started with the music stuff?
Man, to be honest with you, I grew up in church. You know, so I always grew up around music. You know, I play a lot of instruments. You know, I just always had a passion beyond just writing lyrics. You know.
Hell yeah.
But to answer that question, you know, I grew up in church, and you know, my great grandmother, you know, our whole family was raised that way. You know, there's really nothing we could do about it.
Right.
You know? So I embraced. If I had to go in church, I embraced it. You know, like the music. You know?
Hell yeah. So it started from an early age.
Yeah, you know.
Hell yeah.
That was my favorite part about church, was the music.
Right. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Whenever you got started, like saying like when did you actually start like decide like, okay, this music is something that I want to try to like for real pursue and do, you know what I mean? It's like not more than just like a passion or like, you know, something to do for fun, but like I'm really gonna try and do something with this shit, you know what I mean?
Okay, well, to answer that question, formally, I would say last year is when I really got serious that I wanted to decide to push my career. You know, I just would drop a mixtape here and there. You know, I was a big procrastinator about the music, you know. So I took some time to really contemplate what was really important to me, and after you know, judging and weighing the fact that, you know, I know and recognize I have a lot of talent, you know, I was like, man, I just can't let it go to waste, you know, so.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
What were your goals whenever you first started versus maybe what your goals are now, or has your goal since the beginning changed or differed at all?
Absolutely. You know, when you first come in, you know, really all you see is a lot of money, you know, just money, you know, that was always the goal, and, you know, kind of build a platform to where you want to be with the labels and such forth. But, you know, over time, you know, I really realized that my goal in music was, first of all, is even though you're a recording artist, man, if you make it to the next level, mental health is so important.
Oh yeah,
you know,
that's a big part of it.
You know,
a lot of the music shit, man, it'll drain your energy from you. You know, being an artist myself, I've learned, especially like for me, the big part is the social media. You know what I mean? I get just mentally and physically drained from working so much. I ain't got the time for it. You know what I mean? I get on it, I'm like, man, I can't do it. And then I feel like I'm failing myself because I ain't pushing it the way that I need to, but it's like, man, I'm so tired right now.
But you gotta keep a drive, though.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
It's important to keep a drive, especially when you're an upcoming artist. It's very important to keep your drive, keep your passion, because nobody's gonna feel it for you.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
Like, so it's either if you're not feeling it, it's gonna go out. You know?
Exactly. You gotta keep it burning. You know what I mean? Even sometimes it's still there when you don't feel it. It's just tapping into what you need to bring that fire back, you know what I mean, get it popping again.
Yeah. So I would, to answer that question thoroughly, I would definitely say yes, because, you know, at first I just wanted to be a recording artist and, you know, do, you know, the things of a recording artist nature, but now it's like I'm very big into the business.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, it's a whole other animal once you really start getting into it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I feel that. Yeah. So what inspires you to create, you know what I mean, to go to start writing and, you know, maybe record a song?
Man, you know, to be honest with you, I get writer's block, you know. I feel like every writer has it. Every good writer will experience a writer's block, you know, at least one point in time in their career. And, you know, so when I have a writer's block phase, you know, I do a lot in intake, you know, to try to get, you know, my motivation swinging for music, you know, because sometimes the aspects of life, you know, itself can, you know, deteriorate a lot of your work drive.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
No, I feel that 100%. Just like for me, a big part of what inspires me and stuff is like the pain that I go through. You know what I mean? A lot of my music is based from that's my outlet. So it's like it's my pain driving me. You know what I mean? Like I got a wife and 2 kids, so it's like that's a big part of the inspiration for me when I'm feeling down. So I always like to ask other artists that just it's interesting to see other people's side of what what I mean inspires them to create and to actually go beyond just writing it down, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
because once you get into the recording and stuff, it's like, you're really bringing it a whole new life, giving it that whole new energy.
Right. But, to really answer that, I just feel like the biggest motivation of that, or the biggest inspiration of it, is the fact that, so many people enjoy my music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like I'm always intrigued, like I said about the writer's block. I'm always intrigued to hear what new material comes from the writer's block. I can't write anything, so
Right.
and just to know I got a real deal fan base that's constantly building that's motivation.
Yeah. That leads me into one of my next questions. What's your favorite part about doing the music stuff? Like, for me, I love being able to get out and perform. That's one of my favorite parts about it. You know what I mean? Tearing that stage
That's
up.
it, bro.
That's like the best part of
That's
it.
it.
And
Nothing
the people
else.
that enjoy it, of course.
Yeah.
But for me personally, it's like just going out there. It's just I tap into this whole other little zone within myself, and it's like nothing else is there. You know what I mean? It's just me and the beat. So.
Man, and I'll tell you, that's it. Just the passion of being on stage and like really being able to like, it's a carefree moment, at that time,
Yeah, exactly.
Because business is stressful, especially when you're handling good business,
Right.
and you're being successful, so for me, it's a big stress reliever when I get out there on stage, because I have fun. I put my heart and passion into it.
Yeah, and it's you work up to that whenever you get to that. It's like, hey, this is what I've been working to be able to do here, and I'm finally able to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had like a random person approach you because of your work? Like because they heard a song that you did, or they heard of you. Like, you go to the gas station, you got somebody come up like,
man, crazy.
I seen you in the video.
It's been happening so much lately, because I just dropped my recent album in December of last year. But, and I have another one that's dropping April 2nd. But it's been happening so much lately, and that's all humbling, because it's just like, these aren't like fans in the world. These are people I grew up with, that know my friends and my family, and like peers I went to high school and middle school and like, so it's very humbling, and everywhere you go, everybody is like really, intrigued about, you continuing to pursue your music career.
Yeah.
So I put a lot more passion into it now,
Yeah. Leads me in one of my next questions. Where'd you get your name from? Where'd you think your name from?
That's funny.
How'd that come up?
So it's a story behind it. So my middle brother, my mom's second oldest son, he's quite a dapper guy, So he would come over all the time dressed up. So I was like, man, you always dabbing, you be fresh. And I was like, I think you the Duke of Dab, because the Duke is like a prince in the foreign country, So it's royalty. So I was like, man, my little brother, he always be dabbing, Duke of Dab. So he would call me all the time, and I would always see that. And, it just stuck with me. And it was just like, I taught him how to dress, and I'm just like, I was just joking. But, when every time he would call me, it just stuck with me, and I had a different rap name at the time, and I was just really ready to be me.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You got a team, or is it just you? Operating on your business and your music stuff.
Well, right now, beforehand, it was all me. But you know, it kind of takes for you to get serious and people really see that, you know, that you put your foot down and you implicated your brand to be a strong one. You know, and then, you know, a team will follow, you know. So it started off with myself individually, you know. Hard work. I built it off the ground, man. Everything.
It's like what I'm trying to do here, man. So I feel that for real. If you had to give advice to somebody that's starting out where you did, you know what I mean, or that's, you know, just coming into it, what would your advice be to them?
As far as what, as music or trying to run a label or trying to
become
an artist?
I mean, just kind of what they're getting themselves into, because a lot of people, you know, it's like even you said, I'll tell anybody any day of the week since I've been doing it for, you know, a good little bit now, is, you know, you don't really know what you're getting into at first. When you say you want to do it, you know what I mean, you start doing it, but once you actually seriously start pursuing it, you learn like a whole other side of it. You know what I mean, there's a lot of trial and error that comes along with that. You know what I mean, you have a lot more downs sometimes. You pay a lot more dues before you really get that payoff, or before you start seeing, you know what I mean, the uphill from it. There's a lot of downhills, and people fail to see that a lot of time when they're just coming into it. They only think, oh, you know, I'm gonna start doing this and it's gonna take right off, or I got this song and it's a banger, so it's about to just snap off. Everybody's gonna hear it and just, you know, go crazy. And it's like,
man, I've been rapping for 15 years and it still hadn't, the level and stature of what I wanted still hasn't happened yet.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like, man, I've put countless man hours into this. But my advice that I would give someone is save your money. Because if you want to do it the right way, it costs a lot of money.
Budget.
It costs a lot of money. You know? So, you know, man, if you're gonna do it the right way, you know, it costs a lot of money.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Who's your favorite artist at the moment? Who you listening to?
Well, it's kind of like a double standard. Like, my favorite artist absolutely is Jay-Z. But, you know, he doesn't really rap for real no more. So, if I gotta pick a for real artist right now, I think that I would have to, like, man, like Drake. Man, he's untouchable, man. Bar for bar, the dude is just untouchable.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's what's up. But it's always interesting to see what other people, you know what I mean, listen to. Like, usually if I'm not listening to my own self to try and criticize myself to get better, then I'm usually listening to, like, you know, some old school Wu-Tang and like some old school West Coast, like Brother Lynch back in like the early 90s before he was on all the Cannibal shit, you know.
I listen to a lot of soulful hip hop. I listen to a lot of the new hip hop too. I do, so I'm not gonna say that I don't. But you know, as far as where my music inspiration comes from, I listen to a lot of soulful guys like Nas and Jay-Z and J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and, you know, and Rick Ross and Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's my vibe. You know? And I like Mozzie too. You know?
Right. Hell yeah, I feel that. So, what inspired your last album that you put out, Insomnia? I went through it, I listened to it, I really liked it, I was vibing with it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was like, man, I gotta actually sit down and listen to it, you know what I mean, song for song. So I just kind of let it play through and was listening to it. I really liked it.
Appreciate it.
Well, I was just wanting to ask, you know, like, what brought the name about it up, you know what I mean? Is it one of them that you, like, you specifically put together, like, say you thought of the name, you know what I mean, you kind of started building on it, as in this is what it's going to be, so, you know, I'm doing these tracks for this, or was it kind of just, you know, I got these songs built up, now so I need to throw them on a project, and then bam, did you plan it out?
Built it up, baby. Insomnia was an everyday life task, bro. You know, some things I was doing, some things I was stressing about, some things that I wanted to get done, you know, some things that I seen that I know that's gonna happen for me, you know, and it's just like I couldn't sleep every night just knowing that I just got so much potential, you know what I'm saying, and it was just like, man, I have to start using it, and you know, I realized that I would be up countless in the wee hours of the morning writing music, bro. I got almost 300 songs that I haven't dropped yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I really have a crazy work ethic, you know.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, though. I definitely feel that. I get like that too, and like I get to the point to where it's like I can't hardly do that and say if I'm working on a new song, I really want to record that motherfucker, then I'm like obsessing over it, bro. I'll do it over and over and over again. I won't be able to, like, I'll be cooking dinner, I'll be sitting there listening to the beat on repeat, and the first chance I get, I'm out there trying to record it, even if I can't go hit the main studio, because I'm like, hey, I gotta get this shit out. You know what I mean?
And I mean, that's where real artistry comes from. It's the fact of being able to take the studio and pen and pad, or nowadays we write our music in our phones, but just being able to express yourself, you know, outwardly, because, you know, I feel like sometimes, you know, as artists, we just get judged and not realize, like, we have these real emotions, like, you know what I'm saying?
There's feeling and there's heart and shit that goes into that that most people don't see, you know what I mean? The energy you put into it is a lot different than what you might just pick up from it. You know what I mean? So, hell yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. That's why I was curious to ask that, because I listened to it and it's like the name and everything, and you notice just kind of listening to some of it, like, and you know, some of the titles of the songs, so it's all just kind of, it goes together, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, I wanted to ask you some more.
I definitely built it like that, bro. For a long time, you know, I mean, just crazy, countless hours, late flights, all kind of stuff, just insomnia, bro. I lived the nightlife, vamp life, you know.
Hell yeah. When you working on next? You in the process of building a new album or a new mixtape?
Yeah, well, I got, actually, to be honest with you, my album is about to drop, Breaking Old Images, April 2nd. So I want to get that out. After I get that out, I'm going to drop 3 more mixtapes this year, and I'm going to just sit back and drop a lot of visuals, you know. I got a lot of things that I'm working on the side. I'm finishing up writing my play, finishing up writing 2 different books right now.
Hell yeah.
I'm working on creating that app right now. So,
damn.
You know,
busy as fuck.
Trying to finish my clothing line. You know, so
busy as fuck.
you know, I just got a lot of stuff that I'm really trying to finish, but you know, finish them all at the same time. You know, so I just be busy, bro. You know, and one day it's all gonna crack for me. You know, so.
The hard work pays off, bro, even if it takes time, you know what I mean? It's like I said before, sometimes you don't see it at first because it's like you get so stressed out and distracted by all the bullshit you be going through, but then it's like once you get to it and it's like you can take a step back for a minute and you actually start seeing how all the pieces have aligned. It's like, damn, man, it's actually going together now.
Right. It is, man. It's falling in place for me, you know. Got some big label meetings coming up with the biggest labels that, you know, in the world, you know. So I'm humbled, you know. So I'm just not on no ego trip. And like that would never be me as an artist, you know what I'm saying? I will never have an ego trip, you know. So I will never forget where I come from. I come from 812 Southside, Evansville, Indiana.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, I feel that.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, bro, that's all the questions I got for you today. I wish I would have, you know, had a little bit more time to try and come up with more and think of more, but I think it's been a dope interview. I appreciate you for coming by, bro.
I appreciate you.
I'm going to put your name up here. It should be popping up there. Just right in there. Right in there somewhere. And then everybody be sure to go and hit the links in the description. It's a Duke of Dab. Again, go check him out. Like I say, he's got an album coming soon, so be sure to go watch for that. Find him on Facebook.
Make sure you go check out Insomnia though right now.
Yeah, that's another one dope for sure. You gotta go to it. Just type in Duke of Dab, Insomnia on YouTube. That motherfucker will pop right up.
On all platforms, baby.
Like I said, I put the link in the description. So again, thank you, bro, for coming.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
No thing, bro. Thank you. Thank you everybody for watching. Until next time, it's Trent B Face Small. Build a different podcast. Have a good
ballin',